Today I'm going to be talking about the comparison that Ethan Klein's mom made between Trisha Paytas and Gabbie Hanna on the Families podcast. Now, before I get into that, make sure to smash the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up if you like the video, and now I'm going to get right into it.
Girl, Gabbie Hanna.
Yes.
Reminds me, am I allowed to say
whatever
the
you
name
say, whatever's in your heart.
the girl who must not be named?
It can be named.
She reminds me so much of Trisha.
Wow.
The two of them are just two peas in a pod.
Right. This is great. I love hearing my mom describe this because the two peas in the pod, in what ways are they similar, would you say?
Drama, lies, fabrications, just causing problems and setting people up, basically, to make their lives miserable.
Similar to what Donna thinks, I do think that Trisha Paytas and Gabbie Hanna have so many things in common, especially the fact that they're both so dramatic. Oh my God. Well, that has to be the reason why they have had so much success online. They've amounted so much from the internet because they're both so ridiculously dramatic. So dramatic for no goddamn reason, especially because they don't know how to stop. Another thing that I wanted to touch on was the fact that I think people forgot that Trisha is a pathological liar. They lie about so much, it's completely ridiculous and absurd that people take what they say for face value. For instance, the entire situation with Gabbie and the herpes thing, and which is also something they brought up in the podcast, to put Gabbie at a lower level than Trisha, because Gabbie must be so bad because they spoke about somebody's sexual health. However, I think that I personally would do the same if someone told me that my friend was, having relations with had STDs. I will tell my friend that, someone told me this about this person, be aware of that, which is what Gabbie did. And I don't understand why people don't see that is what a reasonable person would do. I'm not trying to support Gabbie Hanna because I do know that she has done some crazy things online, is continuing to do some crazy things online, and is not the victim of every situation that they are in. But in this situation, I do think that Gabbie was in the right. Like, if someone told me that my friend was potentially in danger, I would tell them. And Trisha also lied that Gabbie spread lies to everyone about their STD or their sexual health, which is a lie. The only person that it seemed like Gabbie told was Jason, because Jason was her friend, and it absolutely makes sense. So just the entire narrative is just kind of iffy for me, because Trisha keeps running with that narrative and using that as like, oh, but you said this about my sexual health, so I can do whatever I want and say whatever I want about you. That's it. And I find that quite manipulative. I don't understand how, the consensus on the internet is not that, but I find that quite manipulative. So like Donna said, I do think they're both two peas in a pod, but in my opinion, I think Gabbie's actually better because it seems like they're more reasonable. Except for the entire escape the night situation, which Gabbie should have just, brought her own food like normal people do and not expect to be fed once they got to the set. That's a different conversation for a different time. The thing that I wanted to talk about was the fact that I felt kind of about the fact that they decided to bring up Trisha Paytas' name in combination with Gabbie Hanna on the podcast, because I feel like Trisha's not gonna like that, and it's probably going to make them go off the rails again and make a bunch of videos on the situation. But I feel like that was probably the wrong move, since Trisha apologized already, posted a video online and apologized. I just wanted to, move on with the entire thing. But another point of view to that is Ethan now required to, move on and comply to whatever Trisha says, because Trisha posted a video and they've decided to stop. So now we do whatever Trisha wants. Do you get what I mean? So looking at it from that perspective, I'm like, okay, if Trisha can keep on going and talking and doing whatever, they're also allowed to do the same on their own terms, because Trisha always does things on their own terms. And that is all that I have to say for today. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think. And do you think they should have talked about Trisha on the Families podcast? What do you think about the comparison with Trisha Paytas and Gabbie Hanna? And that is all. Bye-bye.